Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm Clint, and I like to cook. And this afternoon, I'm going to be cooking a sausage and cheese tortellini soup, packed with flavor. I'm telling you right now. And it's simple. So if you're in a hurry, you can throw this together in no time. So let's get to cooking. All right, guys. So I've got my pan heating up, and I'm going to add 1 pound of Johnsonville premium Italian sausage. Get that in there, and we'll get that to cooking. All right, so while that's cooking, I'm going to add 1 clove of minced garlic, and we'll just stir that around. Let that kind of work in with that sausage. Just going to add that much more flavor to this soup here. Okay, so the sausage is pretty well done cooking. And I know somebody's going to say you didn't drain the grease. Don't worry about it because this doesn't put out enough grease to hurt anything. So now I'm going to add 2 cans of Del Monte diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. And we'll get that stirred around in there. All right. All right, now I'm going to add 48-ounce chicken broth. And we'll get that poured in there. And then we want to get this up to almost a boil. So we'll let that heat up and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so while I'm letting that come up to a boil, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of a Mediterranean blend Italian seasoning mix. We'll give that a quick stir, and that's just going to cook in with that and just add more flavor to it. All right, so this is almost back to a boil, so I'm going to add 1 package of cream cheese. And we're going to keep stirring that until that kind of melts in there. This is room temperature, so it's not going to take it long. You want to keep that stirred, that way it doesn't burn on the bottom. And just try to get that mixed in there. All right, so I've got that back to boiling, and I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of a heavy cream. All right, now I'm going to add a 20-ounce bag of a cheese stuffed tortellini. And we're going to bring that up to a boil, and we're going to let that cook for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to turn it down on a simmer for about 15 minutes. So we'll let that come back to a boil. All right, guys, I let this boil for about 10 minutes and then turned it down, and it's been on a simmer for about 15 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the heat off, and then I'm going to let this set for about 5 to 10 minutes. And we're going to top it off with some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. All right, guys, it's time to see how we did. Mm, that is wonderful. That is so easy. I'm telling you, you can whoop this up in about 30 minutes and then you're ready to eat. Guys, give this a try. I'm sure you're going to love it. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. God bless.